Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Hope you're having a good day and in good health. And making it through 2016. We got a long way to go. One day at a time. Un día a la vez, right? One day at a time. Dr. Christopher Mohr is going to be my guest in the first portion of the show. Gabriel Williams will be along a little later. Michael the Archangel, no. No, we don't have any saints. A lot of sinners come through here, though, including my producers and me. Saints and sinners. Yeah, well, we all we can try to do around here, I don't know if we're saving any souls, but we're certainly trying to help people live a longer life with quality of life. It can be done. The science is there to support it, to support that agenda, that enterprise. It's not easy, though. That's the truth. It's not easy because we get habituated into doing unhealthy things. Sometimes even out of our own awareness. You wake up one day and you have a constellation of behaviors that get you nothing but into trouble with your health. It just seems to work out that way, and this begins early in life. Early in life. Your relationship with food and your lifestyle practices they're shaped very early on in childhood. In fact, as you've heard me say many times, your relationship with food begins in vitro. What your mom ate will influence your own tendencies, dietary tendencies, and maybe even a propensity to gain weight, epigenetically speaking. We've talked about these things on the show, among many others. And I also report on stories and studies that trend to do that every day. It turns out that my guest today, Dr. Mohr, happens to know one of the primary researchers in a study coming out of McMaster University. Well, I asked Dr. Mohr about him. This is right in Dr. Mohr's wheelhouse because he has a PhD in exercise physiology from the University of Pittsburgh. And the headline on the story, I have the actual study. The title of the actual study is Higher Compared with Lower Dietary Protein During an Energy Deficit Combined with Intense Exercise Promotes Greater Lean Mass and Fat Mass Loss. A randomized trial. That's the title of the study. On the press release, it was Losing Fat While Gaining Muscle. Scientists close in on Holy Grail of diet and exercise. The Holy Grail is protein. Now, I made a post on Facebook about this study. What they did was very effective, but damn hard to do. I think even the researchers and the primary researcher, Thomas Longland, comment that this is, not so easy and probably not recommended long term. What they did was they took 40 young men and they put them through a pretty intense exercise routine, lifting weights, resistance training, while cutting their dietary energy, their calories, they would normally require by 40%. So this was increased protein intake with calorie restriction. It's an interesting combination. I've talked about both extensively on Let's Talk Nutrition for almost 11 years. And Stuart Phillips, a professor in the Department of Kinesiology at McMaster, and he was the senior investigator, apparently, said it was a grueling affair. These guys were in rough shape, but that was part of the plan. We wanted to see how quickly we'd get them into shape, lose some fat, but still retain their muscle and improve their strength and fitness, close quote. Now, when a person goes on a diet, you want to lose fat. You don't want to lose muscle. So losing weight, you have to be very specific about what we're talking about here. If you start to lose muscle, it's not a good idea. Long story short, they ended up giving these, in the one group, the experimental group, I believe it was 2.5 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. That's a lot of protein. A kilogram is what, about 2.2 pounds, if my memory serves me, in the metric system. It's a kilogram. So 2.4 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. That's what they gave them, while cutting their calories by 40%. Was very effective. Lost weight, gained muscle, got in shape. Really hard to do. Go ahead and cut your calories by 40%. Just do that. Never mind alter your diet in the fashion that they did by making it high protein. So if it's high protein, that means you're cutting back on carbs and fat. It worked. Dr. Mohr, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. You happen to know the people in this study?
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's happening, Dr. Zarko?
You gotta stay awake, man.
No, I just gotta get off mute.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You said you knew the researcher in this study?
I do. Yeah, I'm a good friend of Stu Phillips. I was actually just with him last week. Actually, we were over in London together.
Is that right?
About the study. Yeah.
Is that right? What a small world. I posted it on Facebook and I saw your comment. I thought, great timing. Did you go to school with him or something at Pittsburgh?
I didn't. We just know each other just from working kind of in the same field where we've been in some worked with some companies together. So cross paths a lot, and we've always had a lot of the same interest and beliefs. So always got along really well.
What did Stuart Phillips tell you about the study beyond what's published in the paper and in news and the press release?
Yeah, a lot of what you had just said. With it's a challenging. I mean, the study itself was challenging. Cutting your calories 40%, so not too far off from cutting your calories in half. But the idea was, of course, to see if these folks can still maintain muscle mass while losing fat. And again, that's always been. I remember being in college, and that was always the thing: was that you cannot lose muscle and gain fat at the same time.
It's not true.
You have to be high. And people said you have to have higher calories to gain muscle, but you have to have lower calories to lose fat. So you can't do them. It's physically impossible. Well, Stu and others now. This is one of this obviously study just came out, but there's been others from his group and some other groups as well to show that it is possible. Of course, the key is what gets back to the quality of the calories, which I know you and I have talked about a lot.
Clearly.
And then also, the other key to this is these people just weren't cutting calories in half. They were training as well, resistance training specifically.
Yeah, lifting weights.
People often forget. Yes, exactly.
This was, if we weren't on the radio, I would use other language to describe the difficulty
right.
in doing this.
Right.
But it certainly makes a good point that it can be done. You can lose body fat, gain muscle, and cut your calories at the same time, but you better be darn disciplined and tough-minded, right?
Exactly. And and what he said, and now, obviously the press release sounds super promising. It's the Holy Grail. And what he had mentioned to me is, this isn't a long-term strategy. We're not asking people to slash their calories pretty much in half. But the idea is it possible to lose that fat and also gain muscle? So what I'm interested in is then how can you apply this to your own situation?
Well, when we come back, maybe you can talk about that, and then we'll get into some fat talk. Talking about fatty acids from fish oil in particular. You're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our number one ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. Neocell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition 2016. My guest today is Dr. Christopher Mohr, and talking with Dr. Mohr about a new study coming out, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. And they demonstrated in the study, one of the researchers, the lead researcher, Stuart Phillips, Dr. Phillips is a friend of Dr. Mohr's, and they demonstrated in the study that you're able to lose weight, cut calories by and by increasing your protein and still work out with a pretty rigorous routine. Pretty difficult, but what application would this have to everyday life? How can people use this study, Dr. Mohr? Maybe not to the extreme that was taken in the study. Can we adapt it a little bit?
Yeah, and I think that's what's important. Ultimately, how studies are very often done to prove a point, but then again, the application is key. So how can we do this? Well, one, it shows that when you are decreasing your calories, if you're trying to lose fat, then, and even if you're not, even if you're trying to maintain your muscle, which is so key as we age, then we need to make sure we're increasing our protein. They had, as you mentioned, there were two groups here. One was 2.4 or 2.5 grams per kilogram of body weight, which is a lot of protein.
Yeah, 2.4 grams per kilogram of body weight. A kilogram is 2.2 pounds.
Exactly. So a little over 1 gram per pound. That's a good amount. And most studies have shown you don't quite need that high. But what are the things with protein? What can we take away from this study? Well, one, again, increasing your protein. And then the other piece is, because you're decreasing your calories, that means when one thing goes up, in this case protein, something else has to go down. And what is the other piece of your intake that's going down, your food intake? Well, that should be refined carbohydrates.
Notice
sugar, the white flour.
Notice what Dr. Mohr just said. Refined carbohydrates. Go ahead, Dr. Mohr.
Yeah, no, thank you for that clarification, because I'm not, and I know you're not, a proponent of just cutting carbohydrates because, everyone thinks carbohydrates are bad. Carbohydrates are absolutely crucial to health. It's the refined, the sugar and the white flours, fiber-free carbohydrates. And then the other piece, two other pieces. One is, how do you eat your protein? Most people eat their protein incorrectly. And this is a long conversation I had with Stu. Like I said, we were in London. Stu Phillips, the author of the study. And I'll just, as a caveat, we were eating steak as we had this conversation. But we said that, most people aren't eating their protein correctly, meaning they don't eat enough in the morning and they eat way too much in the evening. So spread your protein intake out throughout the day.
So let's make a point, 2 points you made here. In order to consume protein effectively, to have the effect of effective protein, eat more in the morning and throughout the day and less in the evening, correct?
Exactly. Because most people are eating way too much in the evening and very little in the morning. So we need to shift that intake to make sure we're getting enough and getting the right quantities and throughout the day. And the reason, people ask why that is. Why does it matter? Well, we don't store protein like we do other nutrients. So the benefits of protein in terms of what's called protein synthesis or helping build muscle, they peak at about 2 hours. So when you eat protein, it peaks at around 2 hours and then starts to decline. What that means is if you're not eating protein consistently, you're not fueling that muscle because, remember, it starts to decline after about 2 hours. You need to have it consistently at every single meal.
What happens? What happens when when sometimes people will commit the nutritional mistake of eating too much protein at night? let's say, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock with a big meal and consuming a lot of protein. What is so ineffective about that?
Well, because you can only use so much at one time. And
I see.
Your salmon dinner, for example, on Friday night is not going to benefit you on Saturday morning. So you can't say our bodies are really smart, but they're not so smart to say, well, I only needed 40 grams of protein, but I ate 70. So let me just partition that. Let me save that for when I need it tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. So that's why
so when you're eating the protein at night, it peaks. Let's say you eat that big salmon meal, high protein meal at 8 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, it's peaked. You're ready to go to bed.
Right.
So
right.
you're not utilizing the benefit of the protein. You're sleeping, right?
You're not using it as efficiently. Now, of course, it is still, you are sleeping, so you don't want to go into start breaking down too much muscle.
What about this, Dr. Mohr? And I've had arguments with people about this. Athletes. I eat 40 grams of protein right before I go to sleep. Is that a good idea?
Well, it's interesting because now you're sleeping for 8 hours, or hopefully 8 hours. And to be at 40 grams is probably a lot right before bed, but having that protein snack in the evening might not be a bad idea.
Why?
Studying this because remember, your body can't store that protein, and muscle is constantly turning over, and cells and so on. So you want to make sure you have the amino acids which make up that protein. You want to have them in the body, so your body doesn't start to break down too much muscle.
All right. When we come back, I'll ask Dr. Mohr about where does fat come into this, and we've changed our view about fat. Well, I haven't. Dr. Mohr hasn't, but many people have. It's not as vilified. In fact, it can lead to victory with your health if you use it right with the right kind of fat in combination with protein and carb. He'll explain.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement, or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Neuralbalance with Anandinol. Restore calm, reduce aggression, and increase well-being. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Canavest, from seed to shelf. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition 2016. My guest is Dr. Christopher Mohr. Dr. Mohr, among other things and that he does, is he is associated with Nordic Naturals and is on, I believe they're on the medical board for Nordic Naturals and an educator for Nordic Naturals. This will engage us in the conversation of fat, as you'll see in a moment. Just to give you another new twist, not new twist, but another twist on protein use. It is long believed, and there's some research to support this notion, that protein after physical activity is a good idea. I agree. When I'm done with, especially when I finish my workout, when I get home, I immediately will do L-glutamine, for example. Some people will do a protein shake, but I focus specifically on L-glutamine and then have my meal, which has protein in it, later. A study was published in 2014 out of University of Arkansas, Fayetteville, talked about protein consumption followed by exercise. They switched it around. They had the people in the study consume protein first and then exercise, and what they found was it produced a very good thermogenic effect. This is an interesting twist on things. A quote from the study was that with just a high-protein diet and no exercise, the researcher said, Dr. Binns, the body heats up to break down the protein, but what also happens, it breaks down muscle. You have individuals who are losing weight on a high-protein diet because their metabolism is increasing. The body first burns fat, but then it also starts to burn muscle as fuel. We want to see individuals keep their muscle mass with a high-protein diet so they are more energy efficient, close quote. This is an interesting study in and of itself as well. So maybe protein before working out and protein after working out. Welcome back, Dr. Mohr.
What's happening?
All right.
Good to be back.
Do you like that study?
That was good. I like that.
Yeah. And I didn't major in exercise physiology. Just kidding. It's always nice to have you on. Where does fat come into the story here?
Right, and that's another big piece of the puzzle, right? We are both big fans of quality fat. Unlike, unfortunately, most people or many people, I should say, who are still caught up in the low-fat dogma. Unfortunately, that became popular a long time ago. But the key is, the quality of fat, just like the quality of protein and the quality of carbohydrates. There's a big difference between, eating lard by the spoonful and eating fish oil or olive oil, for example. Mm-hmm. But we need fat to function, and not just to function, but really to live optimally.
Let me ask you then, relative to physical activity, does it make a difference when the fat is consumed in that specific instance, or is there some general prescription or recommendation about when to consume fat? Is there a better time throughout the course of the day?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that, and I don't know if you have. I haven't seen the timing.
I haven't either.
No, so, honestly, theoretically, to me, it makes sense, just like protein and carbohydrates, to evenly kind of spread it out throughout the day. Each meal, I think, should be balanced with a little protein, a little healthy fat, and a little healthy carbohydrate. But I haven't seen a study to support to say that you need to eat it, X time and then Y time to make it most beneficial.
And fat, this is a wide open question. You could spend the next 2 hours and maybe write your dissertation on this question. But the importance of fat, it's 9 calories per gram. It certainly provides a lot of energy. We get that. But in terms of the cell itself, each individual cell, fat plays a crucial role, doesn't it, Dr. Mohr?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We think about the reason there's different types of fat. Essential fats in particular are called essential for a reason. We need them to survive. And every single cell in our body, the hundreds of trillions of cells in our body, require essential fats to function. So it's crucial that we have these in the right amounts throughout the day.
And it's especially relevant with the cell membrane, that which encases the cell, because there's a lot of signaling, there's a lot of activity that goes on within that plasma membrane, right?
Right, absolutely. Signaling the transport of other nutrients, digestion, metabolism, everything. Everything the cells do, they need to have these essential fats to function at their peak. So that's why it's so important. And unfortunately, as you know, most people are not getting enough of those essential fats because whether it's, they're not eating fish, they're not taking fish oil, or they're just, again, still caught up in that low-fat, fat-free type dogma that unfortunately was perpetuated for years.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting how at least we're able to correct some of the wrong-headed beliefs that were formed, decades ago. And, that's what science, shifting paradigms, changing the paradigm. That's what it's all about. That's what Thomas Kuhn in his book, The Structure of Scientific Revolutions, talked about. That we keep shifting, and that's a good idea because we're learning more. Now, Nordic Naturals, of course, is the leading manufacturer in dietary fish oil supplements, and you and I have talked about how much to take and this and that. From a day-to-day perspective, what is the best approach here? I mean, what I'm getting at is this. What if somebody says, well, I eat fish every day, I don't have to take a fish oil supplement? Your response to that would be what?
I would still say that you should add that in.
Why?
Because, well, for a number of reasons. One, what type of fish are you eating? Are you eating sardines every single day, or are you eating flounder? Again, both have some benefits, but in terms of the omega-3s, there's a difference in the fatty fish. The other piece is, unfortunately, while I love fish and recommend it, I don't know that I'd recommend eating fish every single day because of some of the contaminants that are in the sea, unfortunately. So you have to be cautious there with mercury, with some other heavy metals. So not to say don't eat fish, please do, but every day might be pushing it.
And especially the bigger fish, the fish that are have more fat on them and more muscle, right?
Exactly. The fish that have more muscle, essentially the fish that are eating other fish. So I heard a recommendation once that I kind of like, that if the fish is bigger than your plate, then it probably has higher levels of mercury. Now, salmon is an exception, but think about any fish that's a predator fish that's eating other fish is going to have higher levels of mercury because they're eating other fish, and it's stored in the other fish's flesh. So that's why I love, and I know you do, sardines, anchovies, those tiny little guys.
Exactly. We'll be right back.
Is your fish oil wildly pure? New Chapter is proud to offer a whole food approach to fish oil, Whole Mega. Naturally pure 100% wild-caught salmon comes from the pristine waters of Alaska. Like extra virgin olive oil, the fresh-caught salmon for Whole Mega is pressed immediately after harvest. And that's all that's needed to deliver wild Alaskan salmon's whole complement of vital omega fatty acids. These omegas support your heart health. One serving of Whole Mega per day, 2 grams, has been clinically shown to help retain healthy triglyceride levels and to improve the omega-3 index, a studied marker of heart health. And did you know experts recommend consuming 2 to 3 servings of fish per week? So 1 week of Whole Mega delivers the omegas of 3 servings of wild Alaskan salmon. Discover the New Chapter difference, wildly pure Whole Mega. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local Fine Health food store.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes? Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A. Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A. Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A. Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you've never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition 2016 version. My guest is Dr. Christopher Mohr. Visit his website, Mohr Results. Mohr is spelled M-O-H-R. MohrResults.com. Dr. Mohr, how can people use fish oil in conjunction with to to support an exercise regimen or physical activity. Is it useful to use fish oil that way?
Absolutely. We think about that. Think about exercise. Exercise is essentially causes damage. Now, don't take that as a negative thing. It's transient. But fish oil, omega-3s, can help reduce that damage, reduce that inflammation, is maybe a better word than damage, and also help, when you exercise, your joints may get beat up a little bit over time, and fish oil can help essentially add cushion to those joints, can help add that fluidity to help you keep moving well, but of course, the exercise is a benefit as well. So absolutely need fish oil in conjunction with exercise.
For sure. Strategically, would it be a good idea to take some fish oil maybe an hour or so before a workout?
Again, this gets back to what we talked about. I haven't seen anything on timing specifically. In my head, theoretically, that makes great sense, that it will be maybe available for use during that exercise. But to be honest, what I always tell people is because it comes back to compliance, when will you remember to take it? So for me, it's easiest. I always have a shake after my workout. I'll put some protein in there, and that's when I take my fish oil, because I do that every single day.
I got you.
Then I know that I'm going to remember to take it. So when will you take it? When will you be most compliant?
Good idea. So this one study I just mentioned a moment ago out of the University of Arkansas was talking about doing protein prior to the exercise, protein followed by exercise, and they got a very good thermogenic effect when they did that. And you heard Dr. Mohr just say he takes his protein shake and he puts fish oil in it after exercise, and protein after exercise is a good idea as well. Adding fish oil even makes it a better idea. And of course, Nordic Naturals, I use the Nordic Naturals Ultimate Omega, and then I use their Ultimate Omega with coenzyme Q10 as well, which is also an energy booster, by the way, in terms of your cardiovascular system. More results. That's your website, right, Dr. Mohr?
Yes, it is. Mohr, MOHR, results.com.
Are you still doing any consulting with the NFL?
Yeah, not specifically with the NFL right now. So I did that. I worked with the Bengals, as you know, for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And they were big. We talked a lot about fish oil with those guys in particular. Certainly for health. To the strength coaches, I talked about health. The athletes could usually care less about that, unfortunately.
Well, I'm glad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm glad you said that, because I went on a rant recently, came across a study, I reported on it this week, where talking about the overweight and obesity problem in the NFL with linemen, and I said that while the focus on concussions is a very good idea, there's an obesity epidemic in the NFL, and the health of these men is at grave risk. And you just said something very interesting. You worked with these football players. They don't give a rip necessarily, do they?
No, most don't. Again, I hate to make that sweeping statement, but it's pretty much true. There's certainly some standouts who, every time I was there, they'd be all over me, asking a million questions. And interestingly, without naming athletes' names, I can correlate those same athletes are still in the league, some of them in their upper 30s, which is very, very old for the NFL. Again, you look at the athletes, they're usually 22, 23 years old. They think they're invincible. They're making usually a good amount of money. So they have that invincibility feel to them. Health is the last thing on their plate, or on their mind, I should say.
Well, on their plate too. Health is the last thing on their plate as well. Good. That's right. That's a well stated concept. There's no health on their plate for sure. No. And they're encouraged to gain weight. These linemen, the coaches, the trainers are telling them. They're literally telling them to be obese. Dr. Mohr, am I wrong about that?
A lot of times they are, because you look at the athletes now, and the linemen in particular are enormous. So if you're not big enough, you're not going to keep up with the opponents, is the thought. And unfortunately, health is certainly a risk. And I just talked to, actually, so I don't work with them specifically anymore. That being said, I got an email from one of the players, one of my favorite guys, again, not mentioning names, but he's going to be retiring. He is a huge, huge guy. Actually very, very lean, but just enormous. He's probably 6'6", 6'7", and he said, I'm done with the NFL. I'm young. I think he's in his early 30s, has family, has kids, certainly concerned about his health. He said, I know I'm not training like I was. How do I need to change my diet to make sure I live past 40, 50 years old?
Well, good for him that he's taking that initiative. But I've been focusing now, and I'm going to continue on this on that theme. That sometimes somebody I mentioned this to some sports announcers here at the station the other day. He said, "Yeah, they're like gladiators." I said, "No. Let's not romanticize this." I said, "They're being treated like circus animals."
Yep.
And I said, "It's not right what is being done to these men." Somebody said, "Well, it's their choice." Yes and no. If they're told to gain weight, if they don't gain the weight, they're off the team. They're gone.
Right.
So it's sort of forced compliance here. It's it's true they're making a choice, but they're also sometimes they have no choice. So and I know you saw this up close and personal firsthand. We appreciate you, Dr. Mohr, coming on to the show. We appreciate you just generally in your insight and what you contribute. And Nordic Naturals, of course, is a wonderful company, and they're lucky to have you speaking for them and educating for them. And I'm a big fan of Nordic Naturals. In all the years I've taken Nordic Naturals, I've not one single time, this is the truth, and I've taken as much as 3 grams, 4 grams at a time, never have had a kickback on it and taste that fishy taste, ever. Fresh.
Agreed.
Fresh as can be. Probably they are the best. Take care of yourself, Dr. Mohr. It's always a pleasure to see you on the radio, and give my best to your family.
Likewise. Thank you so much. See you next time.
See you next time, pal. We'll be back. Gabriel Williams will be on, and you are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, Coast to Coast.
statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Yes, get ready. Get ready to get fit. Get ready. Welcome to the show. It's great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in today. My guest in this portion of the show will be Gabriel Williams. We'll talk to Gabriel in a moment. And in the first portion of the show, I referenced in my conversation with Dr. Mohr, I referenced 2 studies on protein. One talking about increasing protein intake and reducing calories at the same time, which caused the participants in the study to lose weight and gain muscle and get fit at the same time. They put them through a rigorous exercise program at the same time. So it was increasing protein intake and reducing calories with a rigorous exercise regimen. The other study talked about eating protein before exercise to produce a better thermogenic effect. This study deals with a long-standing belief, and I've always questioned it and challenged it. That is, that as we age, the odds of experiencing sarcopenia increase. Sarcopenia is muscle loss. And it was viewed as inevitable, that there was not much you could do about it. I've always resisted that idea. Well, there was a study that came out about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was published in FSAEB journal. It's a very prestigious journal. Federation of American Societies for Experimental Biology, if you want to know the exact title. And what they talked about was doubling daily allowance of protein intake with diet and exercise to protect muscle from experiencing muscle loss. This new report, well, back then it was new, but that study challenged the long-standing adage that significant muscle loss was unavoidable when losing weight through exercise and diet, and that as we age, we would lose muscle as well. I always encourage elderly people. They're going to have a hard... One of the things that happens as people get older, they don't like to eat as much. Their appetite becomes suppressed. So I encourage them to do protein shakes because it will help with maintaining their muscle mass and try to get them to exercise more. When you have clients that are a little deeper into the life cycle, they present different challenges. And it's important to maintain your muscle mass as you age. As you lose muscle mass, then you increase your risk for falling, you lose your stability, and so on. So try to think about, if you're a little older, try to think about how you can increase your protein intake. Protein shakes, and Lord knows go to any reputable health store, they have more protein shake products than they have sense. And I talk about these products on my show frequently. Jaro Formulas, Nordic Natural Factors, Country Life Vitamins, BSN. These are companies that make great protein products. Increase your protein intake. 877-897-8255. Excuse me, 877-897-TALK. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast. The show does air live every day and at different times in different markets. Gabriel Williams has been on my show a number of times. He's associated with an interesting company. They make an interesting product for a very challenging health issue. And it's an inexhaustible topic, as you'll see. And it affects children as well as adults. And it affects people who may not be suffering from disorders that are located, as they say, on the spectrum. Gabriel, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Explain me what the spectrum is.
Well, the spectrum is, thank you for having me, by the way. The spectrum is basically, it covers the umbrella pervasive developmental disorder. That's an umbrella that covers autism, Asperger's, ADD, ADHD, Rett syndrome, that type of thing, sensory overload, anxiety, a regression in development. So the spectrum is just another way of describing. It's kind of an umbrella of all of those types of behavioral challenges that kids and adults face.
In physics, I guess, spectrum is the band of colors as seen in the rainbow. Here we're talking about something a little darker in nature. It's a group of disorders that fall. And what is it that relates all of these disorders together?
Well, we found Dr. Hattapogli, Dr. Hattapogli and Randy Margrave, the inventors of our key ingredient, anandinol. They discovered that some of the behaviors that are associated with these disorders are similar to some of the behaviors associated with people that are not on the spectrum: anxiety, social anxiety, panic attacks, irregular sleep patterns, things like that. And the common element that they found between the sensory overload and then the withdrawal, sometimes aggression that people on the spectrum have to deal with, the relation to anxiety, social anxiety that we experience on and off the spectrum. The common mechanical element there is the endocannabinoid system is out of balance in the favor of excitement. The endocannabinoid system controls the way your nerves, the nerve endings communicate with each other. So you have a transmitter, a neurotransmitter that goes across from one nerve ending to the other. When it reaches the other nerve ending, it releases endocannabinoids. The endocannabinoids then bind with the other receptor, the broadcasting receptor, and it balances that out to cause it to either release more neurotransmitters or less neurotransmitters based on the need.
Okay.
Well, when the endocannabinoid system gets out of balance in the favor of excitement, then it communicates to the transmitting nerve end to release too many excitatory neurotransmitters, and that causes that sensory overload, the anxiety. One way that I can explain it that it's easy for people to understand that if you've never had a panic attack or anxiety or that type of thing, when you're startled, that fight or flight, that initial fear response, that electric charge that kind of runs through your body, that is your nervous system out of balance in the favor of excitement. So what happens in the case with kids on the spectrum and adults on the spectrum and us when we are anxious or fearful of something is that balance gets thrown out, but it doesn't naturally go back into balance, and so that puts them in a perpetual state.
I see.
I've explained it even before. They're basically having half of a panic attack all the time.
I see.
Living in that realm.
But you don't have to be diagnosed. You don't have to be diagnosed as being on the spectrum to have your endocannabinoid system be out of balance. If you're under a lot of if you're suffering from chronic stress, and anxiety and stress seem to go together, and you're a lot of anxiety, you're not necessarily on the spectrum with some disorder, but you can have the same kinds of symptoms and be out of balance and display certain behaviors and experience certain psychological conditions that can upset your quality of life and how you function. True? Is that true?
We found over the years, this was originally created by an MD.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Are you tired of taking vitamin pills or powders? How about gummy vitamins with high fructose corn syrup or coloring? Finally, you have a choice with Nature's Dynamic whole food gummy supplements and probiotics made by a dad. Imagine getting benefits of your garden in a delicious gummy supplement. Nature's Dynamics utilizes organic, plant-based vitamin and mineral sources with non-GMO, gluten, soy, and dairy-free ingredients in a delicious gummy for the whole family. Nature's Dynamics has Berry Garden gummies made by a dad, multivitamin omega-3 and probiotics for kids, Body Boost joint relief, whole food bone and calcium gummy, whole food immune and vitamin C gummy, whole food omega-3 gummy, Be Beautiful hair, skin, and nails gummy, Prenatal Plus gummy, whole food probiotics for digestive support, and Body Boost energy and wellness multivitamin for him and her in a delicious, easy to digest gummy. To learn more about Nature's Dynamics or to find a retailer near you, visit naturesdynamics.com or madebyadad.com. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by a dad.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Neuralbalance with anandinol. Restore calm, reduce aggression, and increase well-being. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Canavest, from seed to shelf. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition 2016. Gabriel Williams is my guest. And we're talking about this concept of the spectrum. Gabriel, welcome back.
Thank you.
I got to be very candid. There is some confusion in my mind about what this spectrum is. When you read in psychiatric literature, they talk about mental illnesses on the spectrum, right? Then you have autism spectrum disorder. Then some people just use the term the spectrum. Half the time, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. What are you talking about? So I know what you're talking about.
Typically, when you talk about someone being on the spectrum, it's assumed that it's an autism, Asperger's related, related disorder. I don't really like calling it a disorder, but I've talked to a lot of parents who don't really like that word either. But I think the kids are sometimes just a little different and need to be helped along differently. But
is it sometimes called the
spectrum? If you were to just think of autism, Asperger's, that type, that's typically what people gravitate to.
Would that include, if I said autism spectrum disorder, would that be similar to what you're thinking?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to Norristown, Pennsylvania. Denise, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You had a question.
I'd like to touch base on adult ADD. I have a son who's been on and off many, many medications over the years, and the only thing that he found that helps him is Adderall. He says that his mind races so quickly that when he watches a movie, it's like watching it in fast forward. And now the doctor won't give him Adderall anymore because it's a controlled substance. I'm trying to find something natural to help him.
Why won't he prescribe it anymore?
Because he just said that it's a controlled substance.
That doesn't stop him from prescribing it.
I know, but he did.
Sounds like a good doctor.
Okay. Gabriel, let's make sure we know what we're talking about. There's ADD and then there's ADHD.
Yeah.
Are they the same or are they different?
Well, ADHD has the element of hyperactivity. That's what the H is for in there. So someone with ADD may be able to sit still, but they may not be able to stay focused. It's about the attention deficit. They're not able to stay focused on a task at hand. You may find that they have several projects that they have begun but not started.
I see.
Things like that. ADHD, that's also the person who not only can they not stay focused, but they can't sit still. They must be fidgeting or doing something and generally more active.
I was reading in the literature, and they were saying that ADHD was formerly called ADD, or attention deficit disorder, and so some people are using ADHD to mean ADD. I just wanted to share that. Now, your son, Denise, what's your son's first name? Denise.
I'm sorry?
What's your son's first name?
Aaron.
Has Aaron been diagnosed? When they diagnosed him, did they say ADD or ADHD?
I think they said ADD the first time.
Is he hyperactive?
He can sit still for he's a teacher. So, yeah, he can sit still for a short amount of time, but he really got to be doing something.
Okay. So, Gabriel, the product that your company makes, Spectrum Research, which is called
Neuralbalance.
Do you think Neuralbalance would...
is the key ingredient.
Right. Do you think Neuralbalance is appropriate for use in people that suffer from ADD or ADHD?
Well, as you know, we need to be careful. We don't want to claim that we can treat a disease.
I said, would it be appropriate under doctor supervision for a patient to consider your product?
Yes. What the feedback that we're getting from people who do suffer from attention deficit or hyperactivity, those types of behaviors, is that it is giving them clarity and focus, helping them to calm down and stay focused on the task at hand through completion. We have had some parents that have reported that they were able to set aside some of the other medications. Adderall was one of the ones that we heard about. One of our inventors, Randy, who is a pharmacist, was able to drastically reduce his son's medication thanks to daily use of this. So it is something that, but again, like Dr. Garko said, it's something that you'd want to talk with your doctor about if you're weaning him off of something else or he's weaning himself off of something else. It's something that needs to be done under doctor supervision. But there wouldn't be any side effects of taking them both together, and we definitely are getting really just outstanding results. I got an email the other day. A lady forwarded us that her son's teacher had sent her, and she said, "I don't know what you're doing at home, but keep up the good work. Not only is his behavior improved 100%, but his spelling and his math his scores have gone way up. He's able to sit and stay focused and work through the problem where he would have been before he would have been agitated and become a behavioral issue." So it's definitely helping kids and adults stay focused, stay on task.
And the name of the product again is?
Neuralbalance. And the key ingredient, the patented key ingredient, is called anandinol. And if you go to shopneuralbalance.com and fill out the contact form, we can send you a newsletter that explains all about the imbalance, how it works, the people who invented the ingredient, and how it came about. And also 2 pages of clinical studies from our patent application.
Shopneuralbalance.com. Denise, I hope we answered your question. Did we help?
Yeah, but I just want to know how long.
Hang on and we'll come.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition 2016. My guest is Gabriel Williams. ADD or ADHD is a neurobiologically based developmental disability. That's a mouthful. Estimates vary, but somewhere between 3 to 5%, I've read, of school-age population suffer with this disorder. The exact cause is not necessarily known, but the evidence seems to suggest that the disorder is genetically transmitted, and it really reflects a chemical imbalance or deficiency in certain neurotransmitters, and the neurotransmitters are these chemicals that help your brain regulate behavior. There was a study done at the National Institute of Mental Health. It was a landmark study. It showed that the rate at which the brain uses glucose, that's the brain's main energy source, that's all it can burn, is lower, it turns out, with people with ADD or ADHD than people without ADD or ADHD. This is very complicated and misunderstood, and people get stigmatized who suffer from it. Young children have a very difficult time socially. And it's hard for them to get along in the world. And even adults. And, people people can be unkind at times, as we know. On the other hand, they can be very compassionate and empathetic. Welcome back, Gabriel.
Thank you.
So, beyond anybody, child, adolescent, or adult, who suffers from some disorder on the spectrum, if you have a person who's under a lot of stress and is just anxious as all get out, would Neurobalance be something that they might want to consider?
Oh, definitely. We found over the years that a lot of the parents who gave it to their children to help with their behavioral issues, they started realizing, well, hey, my kid's sleeping through the night now, not as anxious as usual, more social, more verbal. Let's, there's something to this. Maybe it would help me with my anxiety. So we had some of the parents start using it as well to help them sleep through the night, to help with their panic and their social anxiety and things like that. And we started getting a lot of feedback about that, positive feedback. So we really stepped outside of the realm of just the spectrum, and started letting people know, it's not just for your kid who might be struggling with some of these things, but you can use it as well. I think I told you before, I'm not a big fan of flying, so I take it before I fly. It doesn't stop me from disliking it, but it does take away that irrational fear that I have when I'm sitting on the runway about to take off. So it's definitely something that is appropriate if you are having any of that, social anxiety, panic, if it's hard for you to focus. I'm a talker, not a writer, so when I sit at my desk and I have to write a lot of content or just catch up on emails or that type of thing, I tend to get a little distracted. So I'll use it if I have something that I really have to stay focused on for a period of time that I know is going to be difficult for me to do, and it does help me. And it's interesting, we were talking with one of the stores over in the Tampa area who has a health fair coming up, one of the vitamin discount locations, and she mentioned that she thought this would be great for college students who were trying to stay focused during testing as they're studying for tests and doing homework and things like that.
I got it.
We have had really good results,
Sure.
Really good reports on that as well.
And relative to Denise that called, she was going to ask a question, how long would it take? And then we had to cut the messages. I can't read her mind, so I don't. If she wants to call back, please call back, Denise. If you
It did seem like that's what she was.
If she was going to say, how long would it take before you see an effect? The answer might be what?
Well, all things vary. It is a natural product, but what we found is that the first time someone takes it, they feel that initial calming effect within about 15 or 20 minutes, and they are able to be more focused on what they're doing.
I see.
So really, each time you take it, you do experience that calming, that focus, that a positive effect that you're looking for. Now, there is also, though, an accumulative effect. People report that after they've been taking it for a couple weeks, that they start to notice that even between doses, excuse me, they're feeling more focused, less anxious, more clarity, things like that. And one thing I received another testimonial just a couple days ago from a local practitioner that deals with kids on the spectrum, and one of her patients was verbal, but not very verbal. She would not really string together thoughts and ideas. It was mainly just words here and there. And her mom reported very excited that she wasn't really convinced yet. She wasn't sure if it was working, so she decided to just ask her daughter. And she said she answered her, which she was excited about because she usually doesn't just answer and have a back-and-forth conversation that way. So she answered her, which she saw as an improvement. But not only that, but she said, well, it doesn't make me feel less anxious, but it helps me choose the words so that I can talk to you.
I got you.
And for her, that was huge.
Sure.
Because she was communicating, stringing together thoughts and ideas
Sure.
that she hadn't verbalized that way before. So there does seem to be not only the calming effect, but also clarity and the ability to an improved cognitive effect as well. And we're very excited when we hear things like that.
Now, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. When I went to the CDC, they were talking. I was trying to find out how many people are undiagnosed. I suspect there's more than a few people walking around with all of the symptoms of ADD or ADHD and have never been diagnosed with that disorder. But when I got to the CDC, I found out that the number of children 3 to 17 years of age ever diagnosed with ADHD was close to 6 million. Percentage of 3 to 17 year of age children ever diagnosed with ADHD was 9.5%. In other words, so there's a lot of youngsters with it. We also have a lot of adults. I wonder what percent of people go walking on this earth, maybe through a lifetime, and not realizing that they're suffering from the disorder. That would be. Do you have any numbers on that, Gabriel? If you know.
No, but it's hard to know how many people are undiagnosed. But I think that a lot of times we just adapt to it, and we adapt our behavior. In some cases, we use it. I have a buddy. His son is a star baseball player, and I would say that
we'll finish that when we come back.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Gero Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Gero Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to Gero.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Hi, I'm Kate. I try to eat a healthy diet, but the irony of eating healthy foods, like broccoli or beans, is that even though they're healthy for us, they can still cause occasional digestive upsets. That's why I take a Digest Smart high-potency enzyme with every meal. Digest Smart is from Renew Life, the digestive care experts. It's the first digestive enzyme certified by Izyme, the International Enzyme Testing Program. Each capsule provides a full spectrum of 25 powerful plant-based raw enzymes to break down each major food group, including carbs, fats, proteins, and fiber. Digest Smart enzymes also feature targeted delivery capsules to reach your intestines, where 90% of digestion occurs. Digest Smart promotes more complete breakdown of the foods you eat and optimizes nutrient availability. Plus, it helps ease digestive upsets and supports your overall digestive health. Now that's really smart. Digest Smart is from the makers of Ultimate Flora Probiotics, and both are available in health food stores everywhere.
Are you or someone you love being held captive by social anxiety, poor sleep, feelings of aggression, or inability to focus? Neuralbalance can help, and it's kosher certified and GMO free. Neuralbalance is a tasty drink mix that contains the patented ingredient, anandinol. Anandinol was created by an endocrinologist and a pharmacist seeking an herbal solution to their own children's struggles. Neuralbalance tastes great, it's easy to administer, and starts to work within the first 20 minutes by reducing anxious or aggressive behavior and restoring calm naturally, without sedation or harmful side effects. Safe for children and adults, Neuralbalance combines magnesium, CoQ10, B6, 3 types of passiflora, and a special blend of enzymes to bring peace, calm, and focus. To find Neuralbalance at a health store near you, visit us at shopneuralbalance.com. Neuralbalance, for a balanced life. Learn more at shopneuralbalance.com.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Earlier in the show, I reported on 3 different studies regarding protein. Here's the question. Is it a good idea to take protein before you work out or exercise? Or after you exercise or have physical activity, engage in physical activity? Or both? 877-897-8255. 877-897-TALK. Does the science tell us to consume protein before physical activity, after physical activity, or at both times? Right answer, $25 supplement gift card. 877-897-8255. Call and win. So finish your story, Gabriel.
Well, I was just saying that we are receiving calls from parents alike. We that are taking it, noticing the benefits that it's giving their children. But I think it's important too that we remember that people. It's not just kids that are on the spectrum. I think we've come a long way in diagnosing some of these disorders, and so there are a lot of adults that go undiagnosed and untreated, and they're not receiving the help, the benefits that they need to deal with these different disorders. But I think a lot of times those adults that go undiagnosed, they just learn to adapt. I mean, they figure it out. And that was something I was kind of joking about. My friend's son, he's a hyper little kid, but he's learned to hone that hyperactivity into a really good little baseball career. So he uses that energy to his advantage.
Good. Well, the
difference, though, is he is able to stay focused on the things that are important to him. And
but he's figured it out. I mean, and he's fortunate, Gabriel, because patients will report growing up not knowing that there's something wrong with them. And they will hear comments made by teachers, parents, family members, and friends that they have to do better, that they have to keep trying harder, right? And they're told that oftentimes people will tell them that they're lazy, they're stupid, they're not working up to their potential, and so on and so forth. And they're undiagnosed, and they have ADD or ADHD, and they don't know it, and nobody else knows it. That's got to be a nightmare for those people, and for those children especially, and maybe even adults, because they are not stupid, they're not lazy, they're not, any of those kinds of things. They're not. They can live up to their potential. The misdiagnosis leads to misunderstanding about what's going on with these youngsters as well as adults. Let's go to Clear.
That's where a product like this, like Neuralbalance, comes into play.
Sure.
If you're observing in yourself or your children, your partner, that there's some lack of focus, trouble sleeping, trouble just staying on task, paying attention. There's social anxiety or withdrawal because of anxiety, aggression, unexplained aggression, things like that. These are all symptoms of an endocannabinoid system that's out of balance in the favor of excitement. And that's where a product like Neuralbalance comes into play, because it works in stages. The magnesium brings you a calm, peaceful feeling within about 15 or 20 minutes. The B6 and the CoQ10 work over a period of time, and the passion flower works to balance out the endocannabinoid system so that it overrides the imbalance that's causing the excitation, and it forces it back into the proper firing so that you have that calm and focus. And the thing that we really want to stress is that it's not a sedative. Even though passion flower is looked at as a sedative herb, it doesn't make you groggy or sleepy. It just helps your mind to stop racing. It helps you to calm down.
And there's anandinol in there, right?
Anandinol is the key ingredient, actually. Okay. Neuralbalance is the drink powder itself, the end product, and that contains the enzymes in addition to the flavor profile. But the key ingredient that was invented by the endocrinologist from the Cleveland Clinic and the pharmacist is called anandinol. And anandinol is an herbal composition: CoQ10, B6, magnesium, and 3 types of passion flower.
Gotcha.
And the product as a whole, it's a very tasty drink powder. You just mix it up with 4 to 8 ounces of water. It's really easy to take. Kids and adults alike love the taste, but it's got a super clean flavor profile. It's kosher. It's non-GMO.
Right.
There's no sugar, no artificial dyes or
right.
colors.
And it's shipped directly from the Vatican.
No, it's not that.
Blessed by the Pope. I'm just kidding. Let's go to Clearwater, Florida. Gilda, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. So, according to the research and the studies that I reported on, is it a good idea to consume? Is it a good idea to consume protein before physical activity or exercise, after physical activity or exercise, or both?
I think both.
It is both. Exactly.
Wow.
How about that?
I'm anxious to take that passion flower.
Well, this product, I mean, if you know anybody that, is a little bit under stress, suffering from anxiety, tend to be a little hyperactive, they might want to consider this product, Yes,
it's wonderful. It's fun. I was listening to all the information, and I have a very bad cold, so my mind is racing. So I'd like to try the passion flower.
Well, it's in the Neurobalance. Gilda, thank you so much, and I hope you feel better. Get over your cold, and congratulations on winning the $25 supplement gift card. Gabriel, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing your information about Neurobalance. And always never stop taking your medications or medication without talking to your physician. And if you're taking medications and you're going to take a supplement, you might want to talk with your physician about that as well. Website that people can visit?
ShopNeuralbalance.com.
ShopNeuralbalance.com. Gabriel, take care. Consider Neurobalance. Why? Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. I'll see you tomorrow.